live on. Okay, I'm not going live on LinkedIn, which is unfortunate, but I am going live on Amazon Live. I'm just waiting for the signal to go through, and it's analyzing the stream at the moment, and hopefully, yes, we're good. So I'm going to press the go live button on Amazon Live, and I'm sat here with my iPad waiting for the signal to actually come through and go live on Amazon. Thank you for joining me on Facebook and YouTube today, and we're about to go live on Amazon. So hopefully, yes, we've got the signal to go live. That was amazing, because the signal to go live actually came through as the countdown clock was finished. So hello Amazon Live, and welcome to, well, let's go to the menu and start off with that. Welcome to the show, and this is Lights Camera Action. Covers all things broadcasting and action, and you're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire, England. Now, if you're watching me on Facebook and YouTube, please do say hello. To actually join the broadcast on Amazon Live, the link is up above. And if you join me on Amazon Live, then you'll see what's down in the carousel. Okay. So, it's Wednesday. It's just after 9 a.m. Eastern. It's just after 2 p.m. in the UK. In Wiltshire today, well, I've just been out into town for my daily walk with my Fitbit. Fitbit's down in the carousel. And it was drizzle. You know, that sort of rain that sort of, you're not getting wet, but you can feel it in the air. That sort of rain. There are all different types of rain. So today's was a drizzly rain. And you get back and you're not actually wet, but you felt wet while you were out. Okay, so I've got my daily walk in, which is good. And I'm going to start in a moment with the items down the carousel. I'm just going to have a quick look and see what's on offer today. Fitbit is on a special price. Both Fitbits. No. Okay, Treble Up HD77, so we'll talk about that. Blue Snowball is on special offer. My favorite table stand is 15% off. The Fire Stick is 20% off. Amazon Surface Pen, we'll have a look at that. That's 42% off, so that's a bargain. And back to just looking what else is on offer. The tripod is on discount as well. Hello on Amazon Live. Thank you for watching live. I'm just getting going and people are joining me on Amazon Live. So let's go to the first item today. And basically the item they're going to show you, and I'm trying to find it. I will find it. I know I'll find it. I got it. Okay. The item I'm going to show you has changed the way that I work. Quite simply, the first major change was a desk, which will be in tomorrow's carousel. But the item that has changed the way that I broadcast live, because I've always wanted to be able to have 2 cameras and 2 microphones, but I couldn't work out the best way of doing it. And I found a very cost-effective way of actually doing it, which I'm going to show you now. And I'm going to take that off the screen because you know who I am. And I'm going to take myself off solo. I'm going to hide that video till later. I'm going to hide the card because this is Lights Camera Action. We're talking about webcams, audio gear. Well, let's just put it full screen. Talking about webcams, audio gear, Fitbits, microphones, and live video. If you've got any questions at all about any aspect of live broadcasting, and when I say live broadcasting, I actually include Zoom in that, then please do ask. Okay, so I'm going to switch that off solo. I'm going to hide it. So now we have, I'm just going to change the layout slightly to that one. Okay, so now you can see me and you can see my desktop. Now you're actually watching Logitech Brio camera, which I'll talk about momentarily, And my second camera is the Obisbock Tiny, which I'll also talk about. That's an amazing PTZ camera, pan-tilt zoom, and it's my favorite camera. It's the funnest camera I've ever had. I'm liable to say that 2 or 3 times during the course of this broadcast. But the one thing I do want to talk about, and I'm just going to go picture in picture, and I'm going to shrink myself. And to do that, I need to do that. Okay, so now I'm shrunk. I'm still here. You can still hear me, but you can see more of the desktop. The unit that's changed my way of doing things is only $16.99. And you can see the corner of my Microsoft Surface Book 2 there. You can see my 2 terabyte hard drive, but the unit that's down in the carousel at the moment is the Anchor, and I'm going to spell that correctly by picking up the box, is the Anchor, yeah, 4-way USB A port. And this is a game changer for me because I can plug into this. Basically, I've unplugged my camera and I've plugged 2 cameras in there and a microphone and this 2 terabyte Toshiba hard drive, which is in the carousel. All have been actually plugged in. And it means that I can use 2 cameras, 2 microphones, and my hard drive all at the same time, all for $16.99. Now, this is old technology. Yeah, USB-A has been around for ages. And this is 4 ports replacing 1 port. There's no software involved. All you do is to plug this unit, that one, into a USB-A port on your PC or Mac. Sorry, on your PC. There is a Mac version of this, and you will be able to find it if you actually go to this and look for Mac alternatives. But this $16.99 unit has genuinely changed the way that I am able to broadcast, because I can now have multiple cameras, multiple microphones, and I can switch easily between them. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without that piece of kit. So that's where we're starting today. $16.99. Okay, and I think everybody should have one of these because it extends. I saw one for the Microsoft Surface today. It was $200, which is opposed to $16.99. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm just going to change up again because I just want to show you something else whilst we're here. Okay, I'm Stephen. I'm based in Wiltshire in England, and if you think of Stonehenge, if you think of Avebury Stone Circle, if you think of Salisbury, all major tourist attractions in the UK, all should be on your bucket list if you do visit the UK. And it's just a great place to be. I'm pleased to be here. I'm pleased to be broadcasting on Amazon Live today and talking to you. Right. Okay. My latest acquisition is this. And this is a Gillette shaver, and it's new on the market in the UK. I'm going to check out whether it's actually available in the USA or not, probably. And I'm going to let you know tomorrow how effective it is, and I'll have it in my carousel. And so this is just a preview, and I'm going to go nearer the camera. What you actually got, as I put it nearer the camera, is that the shaver, which is a manual shaver, non-electronic, actually has its own base, which keeps it steady, which keeps the blade free of any obstructions, and the blade will last longer because it's in this holder. And I'm just going to check it and report back on it. So that's one of my first actions of the day, to have a shave. So I thought I'd include that as well. I like all things stylish, and that is definitely a very stylish unit. And if it makes the blades last longer, then that's good to me. So let's put that over on one side, and I shall bring it out again tomorrow. Okay, now everything that you see on the desktop, I'm going to go picture in picture again. Everything that you see on the desktop is in the carousel, with the exception of 3 things, which I'll go through now. that one. Okay. First of all, a bit of greenery in the office that's been installed recently. We're going to watch that plant grow through 2022. It should flower. Don't ask me what it is, but it should flower. And then this guy is rather special because this guy survived a repotting, and we're going to watch this plant grow in 2022 as well. I've just watered it and I've got water dripping onto the desk, which is not good. Okay, and then the third thing to say is that I actually work for BeLive, but this is my show, and BeLive is the system I'm actually using to broadcast today. And BeLive were kind enough to actually send me this mug, and that's not for sale either. That's a collector's item. I haven't actually drunk out of it, and I don't think I ever will. I want to keep it in pristine condition. Right, the first thing we're going to talk about today is a camera with a very special offer. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to highlight the item in the carousel. Okay, this can come back to me. Highlighted in the carousel at the moment is a Logitech C920x. Now, when you first start broadcasting or going on Zoom, you go with your own camera, you go with your microphone, both internal to the machine you're using, whether it be an Apple machine or whether it be a Windows machine. You can use the internal camera and microphone to good effect. But once you actually get more interested in live broadcasting, specifically on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, then you want to improve. And this is where can I, like Tony Robbins says, continual and never-ending improvement. And that's the life of a live broadcaster and a Zoomer. Is you're always wanting to upgrade your equipment. You're always wanting to do better. You want a better look on screen. You want a better sound. And you do this step by step. Now, the first step that I took, notice what I did there. The first step that I took was 6 years ago when I bought this my first external camera. And this is, I'm just going to open it up. Okay, this is the one that's down the carousel at the moment, $69.99. This is the starter camera for everybody. When I started broadcasting 6 years ago, this was the camera everybody chose. It's been around since 2012, but it really took off in 2015, 2016, when live broadcasting came to Facebook. When you open it up like that, you can put it on the top of your monitor or on top of your laptop, and it just sits there. Okay. It's got lens, it's got twin microphones. So not only is this camera a camera, it's also got microphones in it. So it's your first external camera and microphone. Picture quality is good. It can do 720 and 1080 pixels. I'm broadcasting you today in 720. And that's the resolution, which is mobile friendly. And basically, the higher the resolution number, the more pixels there are, the clearer the picture. Okay, now you can see me now in 720p, which is DVD quality. Okay, so it's good quality, and it's friendly to mobile users because it's sort of the best resolution for broadcasting to mobile. And if you're watching me on mobile now, hello. It is friendly on mobile. As you go up, the higher the number, the better the quality, the more data you're actually transferring, and the more you're actually costing somebody who's on a mobile phone, which has a tariff attached and monthly charges for data. Okay, so let's go back to our original. And this is, again, my desktop and my second camera. Main camera, Logitech Brio, which you're watching bottom right-hand corner. The other camera is Logitech C920. Okay, and this, but there are two models of this. There's a C920 and the C920X. Now I'm talking about the C920X for the simple reason that the C920X has something extra. The X stands for two things. It stands for extra, and it also stands for XSplit VCam. Now I just love using green screens, and XSplit VCam, which I started using in January 2019, is the best example I can think of background removal software. Now, to explain what I mean, you get, when you buy this camera, C920x, you get 3 months of XSplit VCam. This is what it means. I'm going to bring a video on screen. Okay, so I've got a video there. I'm going to put the video full screen. Okay, and I'm going to give you a short explanation of the software that comes with the camera in the carousel, which is a Logitech C920x. My next step is to mute my microphone and then press play. And I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself, and this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is you can run a YouTube video. Now I can show you a sample of this. Second thing you can do is you can run a YouTube video as a background, and you can choose any public YouTube video. Don't choose a copyrighted video, because bad things might happen, especially if you broadcast it on Facebook or YouTube. But the whole thing about this is that the C920x is a brilliant starter camera. It's the one I've had this beautiful camera for the last 6 years. So if you ask me about durability, this is as good as new, because it just sat on top of a monitor. Plug and play, you just plug it in, USB-A, that's it, and it just works. You don't need any additional software unless you want it. It just works. So it's robust. It's by Logitech. A lot of webcams are made by Logitech, and I did a poll. I'm the admin of a Facebook group for Be Live. I did a poll in there. 80% of the people were actually using this very camera for their live broadcasting. They bought it. It works. They didn't feel the need to actually change. And the thing is, with having the XSplit VCam software included, especially on Zoom, I mean, if you're on a Zoom call and I just had this green background all the time, then even I will get bored. What I can do with XSplit VCam is I can bring in different backgrounds, as I showed in the video just now. XSplit VCam is well, I've been using it since January 2019. It is first-class software. If you go to YouTube and you look for me, okay, and I'm going to go here. If you look for me on YouTube, Stephen Healey, and you type in Stephen Healey XSplit, you'll find that full video. In actual fact, I've been making videos about XSplit since 2019. So if you want, you can look at the history of background removal software, and you can look through 3 or 4 generations of XSplit VCAM. So it's a program that's under continual development. I get an update at least once a month. It is a licensed software. You're getting a 3-month license with this camera, and it's a great bargain for yourself, for your partner, for your family. Anybody who's thinking about live broadcasting, this is undoubtedly, he said, tangling the wire, the best camera to choose for starting out live broadcasting on Zoom and on websites. So I'm going to put that out of the way, which means that it has been removed from my desktop, and you can see that the video is still there. The full video, as I said, is on YouTube. Go to YouTube. On Amazon Live, back to me, on Amazon Live, we can't play the full video because that wouldn't be unfair. Would be unfair. I mean, I could sit here and I could play you through sort of 90 minutes. I could play you 6 or 7 videos and you wouldn't see me, which means you won't be able to ask me questions. Now, if you're watching me live on Amazon Live, thank you. If you want to know anything about live broadcasting, just comment or say hello. Yeah, we can have a conversation. All the live broadcasters on Amazon Live are independent. And if you were to click the browse button at the top and go to streaming soon, you would see the Amazon Live TV schedule. You see all the broadcasts that are taking place today. You can look at the card. You can decide whether you want to actually set a reminder. Yeah, this is Amazon's own television channel. But the thing is that we are independent broadcasters. And as I said earlier, if I go here, and I'm going to take my name off because it's going to repeat that now. And I need to go one back, just a minute. Okay, so you're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire, England. There are on Amazon broadcasters from England, from South Africa, from Canada, and of course, from the USA. And all are experts in their field. They've got their carousels down below them, which I have today. And if you've got any questions, we're going from cooking through to electronics, through to drones. This is the channel for you. And you can ask questions about the products in the carousel and about the topics they're talking about. And the thing is that this is unlike Facebook and YouTube. After this broadcast, anything that you made as a comment will disappear. So please do say hello, and please do comment if anything is of interest. And the final thing, please do follow me if you want to be notified about the next broadcast. I don't get any of your details. We don't get any of your details. Amazon are in control of everything, and they will notify you when our next go live. That is the only thing that happens. Okay. Following somebody, if you like somebody's show, is the best thing that you can do. Yeah, I mean, you can applaud and like, but if follow, because you'll never lose us then, because you'll notice up at the top of this screen is a following tab. And if you press that button, not now, if you press that button, you will see all the broadcasts that you're following. You'll see when your favorite broadcasters are live, and you'll see their latest show as well, if they're not live at the moment. So following helps you to help us, to help Amazon. It's a win-win-win. Yeah. Okay. Right, I'm going to stick with cameras. You are watching the Logitech Brio. This is my Logitech Brio camera. I'm going to bring it down in the carousel, and hopefully I can find it. Okay. So the camera I'm using is the Logitech Brio. Now, the thing about Logitech Brio is I've had this camera for 18 months. It's my second camera. Okay. It's 20% off today. It's normally $199.99, but today it's $159.99, so 20% off. If you just a note, if you click the link in the carousel, you're not buying it. We are here to guide you, not to sell. You can click the link in the carousel and it will take you to the normal Amazon.com page, but you pay the price that we are showing in the carousel. And this is important. Whilst we're live, we have discounted prices. And I can tell you that Logitech Brio, which you're looking at now, is 20% off today. Okay. I chose Logitech Brio because I basically, like most things, it's off recommendation. You actually see it. And I saw this camera in action and I thought, I love the colors. Okay. Because the colors in the Brio are slightly oversaturated. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually compare. I'm going to go side by side. Okay. And I'm going to switch on the second camera. I'm going to go here. Now, apologies that you're seeing two of me. Okay, my apologies. Okay, I'm trying to look at two cameras at once and it won't work properly. On the left-hand side is Logitech Brio. On the right-hand side is the Obspot Tiny. Now, the colorway on the Brio is oversaturated. You can see it straight away. There's a difference in the colors, isn't there? Okay, and I've got used to the way that the Brio looks, but the colors on the right-hand side on the Obspot Tiny are the ones that you'll see on the C920, 922, 925, 930, but not on the Brio. The Brio has oversaturated color, which means that it puts color in your cheeks. Simple as that. So you're actually comparing now Brio with other Logitech cameras. Okay, back to me before we get. Okay, now I said that of the Logitech cameras, you just plug and play. I mean, whether you plug it into a Mac or a Windows machine, your system will recognize it. It will be shown in your cameras. That's it. Okay. All the cameras I'm talking about have got built-in microphones, including the Brio. Now, the Brio is sort of towards the top end of the Logitech cameras. It's capable of 720p as 1080p, as we spoke about when we looked at the C920. But it's also capable of 4K. Now, just a note, 4K is the best resolution that we can capture video at, but we can't broadcast it. Okay, there are very few platforms broadcasting in 4K. There are celebrities possibly on YouTube who can broadcast in 4K, but you didn't hear that from me. 4K is going to be useful, but at the moment we don't have the infrastructure, the internet infrastructure anywhere to carry a 4K signal. Now, if I got it wrong and you know otherwise, then please do tell me. And I'm willing to, I don't know everything. I'm willing to be corrected and I'll revise what I'm talking about. But as far as I know, we can't broadcast in 4K, but we can record locally in 4K and we can upload to a website that retains the 4K and allows people to watch in 4K. So you can pre-record in 4K and people can watch it on the web. Okay, but not on Facebook, not on YouTube, not on Twitch, not on Twitter. Okay, majority of video that's done these days is either 720 or 1080, and I'm doing 720 today. So you're not actually seeing the full potential. If I was broadcasting in 1080, then I've got to say, I'm being honest here, I would have more wrinkles. Okay, you've got a clearer picture, a higher definition. 720 is very kind. 1080 is very realistic. I think that's the way to look at it. Now, did say you don't need to download any software, but you can. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to shrink this and I'm going to show you how you can control your Logitech camera. Now, this is true whether your camera is, I'm just going to go here and load the software. So I'm just waiting for the software to load. Whether your camera is a C920, 922, 925, 930, or a Brio, you can use the same software to control the camera. All you need to do is go to logitech.com and download the software. It's free. You bought the camera, the software that comes with it is free. Okay, it only works with Logitech cameras, so you can't use it for any other camera. is free. What I'm going to try and do now, and this is a bit like fishing, I'm going to try and screen share an application. So bear with me a moment as I go to screen share, okay, which should come up in my Be Live Studio in a minute. And I'm going to go to the window and I'm going to capture, it's disappeared again. I'm going to capture it. Nope, that's the wrong one. We're having fun today. Just a minute. Let me share screen again. It'd be worth it. Just wait a minute. I should play some music now. That would be helpful. So I want that window done. Whew. It is like fishing. Sometimes it bites and sometimes it doesn't. If you're screen sharing a web page is static, yeah, and you can do a screen share, no problem. With an app, which this is, then it's got to be, as far as Windows is concerned, it's got to be visible. And sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Anyway, that's by the by. What we're looking at now is the software that you can download from Logitech, and I'm going to bring it on screen. Okay, so I'm going to take myself off full screen. I'm going to hide the second camera to letter, and I'm going to go side by side. This is the software you can download from Logitech.com, and it controls all Logitech cameras. You can see the bottom right. It's actually controlling the Brio at the moment, which is the one you're watching. So what can I do with the free software from Logitech.com? First of all, I can zoom. Wait a minute, let me get the right place. First of all, I can zoom in. Okay, I can zoom in again. Now I'm getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But what you're trying to do, and I'm going to come down again, my apologies for that, is you're trying to get yourself so that you're actually, the whole point of this exercise is so that you get to the stage where you're comfortable with how you appear on screen. In terms of that, you need to have headroom, because nobody wants to see like that. That doesn't work. What you want is headroom. You also need to be near the center of the screen. If you're off to one side, yeah, whichever side it is, then that's distracting for people. Yeah, what they want to do is see you center screen. Now you see all just when you actually go and watch other Amazon Live broadcasters, just look at how people are positioned on the screen and learn. This is a great, Amazon Live is the greatest teaching arena there is, because you can see all sorts of different broadcasting styles, all of which work in their own way. Yeah. Right, back to the controls again. So the first thing I can do is I can zoom in and zoom out. Yeah, if you have any questions about this, then please do ask. And I'm happy, I'm at my optimum setting now. I just need to do something to show you what I mean. So just let me do this, and we shouldn't see much difference straight away. You can just see a bit down in the middle where the picture is. Okay, the other settings I've got, the primary one is field of view, and what I'll do is do this, and this is why I changed it to oblong. Logitech cameras have fields of view: 90 degrees, 78 degrees, and 65 degrees. Okay, I'm going to show you those now. Let's go to 90 degrees. I just need to move something out of the way. If we go to 90 degrees, yeah, you can see more in my office. You can see the bits I don't want you to see, yeah, because you can see the bottle of Healey's cider up in the top right-hand corner. What I want you to concentrate on is this part. Okay, with a 78-degree field of view. There's still something, I mean, the chessboard is still there as a distraction, but it's tighter. If I go to 65 degrees, yeah, then I'm getting more and more in view. I generally broadcast on 78 because that's where I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable at this. Yeah, and it's a question of, this is why you're doing it, to give your best presentation. Yeah. Right. So that's page one, and then on the advanced page, you still got the movement controls. I can pan up and down until I'm happy that I've got enough headroom. Yeah, so I can sort that out. Right, brightness. I can go bright. That's not a good look, is it? All the settings default to 50, so I'm going to go back to 50. Okay, and that's pretty close to what I want to be. This is my personal choice. You can make your own choice. If I turn the brightness right down, then I will disappear. So you could make a grand entrance by gradually increasing the brightness, getting people to guess who you are until you finally arrive on screen. Okay, color intensity is the next one you can change. Now, we've already said that the Brio camera is oversaturated, but you can actually change the colors. So I can go there and I can go there. Now this, I actually quite like this look, yeah, which is sort of near sepia, but it can be used in certain circumstances. If you want to grab people's attention, as hopefully I'm doing now, then you could go to this absence of color and you just make it a USP for a second or two or a minute or two. But ordinarily, you want to go back to being colorful. Okay, and I'm just bringing that up to 50%, and I'll get there in a second. Okay, I might have to. Okay, we'll get it to 50%. Okay, I've gone too far. Back. Okay, and that's too far. Okay, you can have great fun with this, but that's basically the color intensity. I'm just going to put it back up to 50 if this will behave itself. Right, okay, so just slightly down. Okay, that's about right. Now, auto white balance is handy if you're broadcasting in the dark. You won't see any difference when I turn this on or off, but if you've got low lighting, then auto white balance is a boon. The next button, bottom left, is auto focus. I'm going to go picture in picture again. No, picture in picture. You can have lots of fun. Okay, I'm going to go like this again. Okay, I'm going to shrink myself. Just bear with me a moment. Okay, I'm going to shrink myself so you can actually see what's on the screen. Autofocus, bottom left. We don't actually need that now. It's redundant. When this camera came out, it was a thing. It's not a thing. We don't actually need it when we broadcast. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to switch that off. Okay, autofocus is that when you move, the camera refocuses. We don't need that because that happens automatically now with most cameras. Right, so that is, I'm going to stop sharing now. That is an overview of the Logitech Brio. It's my favorite camera. And I'll say hello to Joshua. And Joshua is saying NP, no problem. Good to see you, Joshua, and thank you for commenting. Again, if you've got any questions, then please do ask. I'm here to answer your questions about live broadcasting. That's basically why I do this. I enjoy being here. I'm very privileged to be able to broadcast on Amazon Live. If you would like to broadcast on Amazon Live, then do get in touch after this broadcast. Okay. If I can do it, you can do it. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so that's the Brio camera. It's down in the carousel today, and the Brio camera is 20% off, $159.99. And I've just shown you the controls for the Brio, and all you need to do is to go to logitech.com, download Logic Capture. You can again control everything in relation to your camera, save the settings, and use them. Now, what I do is I go live on Amazon at 9 a.m. Eastern every day, but on Sunday night, I check everything. I check that it looks, I check that I'm happy with how I look on camera, the fact that I am in the center of the screen, that I can lean back. I check my sound as well, because we come on to sound later in this broadcast, but getting the picture right is the first thing. Okay, so Logitech C920x we've looked at, that's in the carousel next to the Brio. Logitech C920x comes with the VCam software that we've actually looked at, background removal software, 3 months if you go for the 920x. Okay, now it's time to introduce my next camera. Okay, and just a reminder, this is me again. Okay, this is the Obspot camera, and what I'm going to do is going to go side by side. Yeah, and do that. Okay, so what you're actually comparing now is two cameras, and I'm going to do this so that you can compare them properly. You've got the C920, sorry, well, you've got the Brio on the left, you've got the Obspot Tiny on the right. I'm trying to look at two cameras at once and it's not working. Okay, they do say you need to look at the camera. I do try my best. Occasionally I don't. But if I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking directly at you. One of me is anyway. So you can compare the two cameras. Okay, now my second camera is the Obspot, and the Obspot can do this. I can change location. And just a reminder, earlier in the show we talked about the Anker 4-way adapter, Amazon bestseller, $16.99. That's the way you can plug two cameras, one microphone and a Toshiba hard drive into your PC and use them as if they're plugged in directly. Why do PC and Apple, when they're manufacturing their computers, not put more USB ports in? I don't know, but this is the answer. Old technology from Anker, $16.99 down the carousel. That's changed the way I do things, because it means that I can have in my studio a second camera on screen. Now, if you missed the earlier bit, these two plants are not here for decoration. They're here because I like plants. We're going to watch these two plants grow over 2022. Right, so where do we go from here? Well, the first thing is, as I just showed you, that there is, I'm just going to close that because I don't need it. You can still hear me, hopefully. There is software that comes with Logitech Brio camera, which is down, sorry, no, we're not on the Brio. Hang on, don't go away. We're now talking about the Obspot Tiny, which is featured down the carousel. It's the left-hand most item in the carousel. And I'm going to go back to me. Okay. This is the Obspot Tiny camera down the carousel. $199. It is a PTZ camera, and when you look at PTZ cameras, pan, tilt, and zoom, PTZ. When you look at PTZ cameras, you look at the pricing, you'll find that the Obspot Tiny, $199, is the low end of the scale, but not in terms of price, not in terms of quality. It appeared on the market in April 2021. It was funded on Indiegogo and oversubscribed. I saw it at the time and thought, well, okay, but then I got one. And I've had my Obspot Tiny camera for the last 3 weeks. I'm going to look into the camera now because I was looking at the Brio. Right, I've had this camera for 3 weeks, and basically it's a game changer, especially if you're on Zoom or you're broadcasting live. This camera has tricks. Its first trick is that I can look over, hang on just a minute. I can look over at the wall, okay, and we can see my Under Armour rucksack, not in the carousel. We can see a picture of Avebury Stone Circle. Avebury Stone Circle is about 30 miles away from Stonehenge. It is a stone circle built 4,500 years ago. So that's my first preset location on the Obspot. I can come back to me, yeah, and all I'm doing is pressing one button and I'm able to switch to preset locations. Now, as you've probably gathered by now, the Obspot Tiny has a gimbal, and that gimbal allows it to pan and to tilt. Okay, so this is an example of panning. I'm going from the left-hand side of my office. Wait a minute, well, in a second. I'm going from the left-hand side of my office and then going over to the right. The field of view on the OBSBot is better than on the, I mean, I know it's more expensive, but I'm trying to explain why. It's better because if you take a Logitech camera, its field of view is 90 degrees, as we saw earlier, 65, 78, 90. The OBSBot Tiny's field of view is 270 degrees. I'm going to demonstrate that to you. But the biggest thing about the OBSBot Tiny that I love is this. I'm just going to check something. Okay, I'm going to rock from side to side. And basically, yes, okay. I'm back to preset location 2. I was setting up for something then. The thing about the OBSBot Tiny is, if you click the link in the carousel, you'll find out more, is that the OBSBot Tiny has built into it AI tracking software. Okay, amazingly, this $199 camera can actually track you as you move around. Okay, and you can do it quite quickly, and the camera will keep up with you. Look how quick you can move. It's continually refocusing, and it means that as a presenter, just excuse me a moment, I just wanted the green screen further up. Okay, as a presenter, you can present not only sat down, you can present stood up. Okay, that's the beauty of a camera which actually tracks what you're doing. It allows me to go here and pick up an item. The thing is that when you're actually stood up, you've got more energy than when you sat down. Okay, if you go to a real world conference, and I hope we all do this year, the speakers are on stage and they stand up when they're speaking, and they do this for a very good reason. They can project. When you stood up, you can project your voice. Okay, so let's put the headphones on. These are Aftershocks earbuds. It's easier to demonstrate as well. Stood up. These are Aftershocks earbuds. They're down the carousel. I'll highlight them later. If you want to scroll, you'll find them now. Aftershocks are over the ear. They do not go in your ear canal. That's the first thing. You're not going to get irritated by earbuds inside your ears. Okay, they go there, and the sound is via bone conduction. The sound waves pass through your skull, and you hear them just as if they come from your ear canal. Okay, now the first thing about this is quality. You can say, well, the quality is good. Okay, is very good. It's not hi-fi, but it is good. The other thing is that it pairs very easily. Okay, if you switch your mobile phone on or your tablet, go to Bluetooth, and you'll find the Aftershocks there, and you can just connect, and then you can play your favorite music on Amazon Music or listen to podcasts. But as you can probably guess, these are actually designed for walking, running, jogging, or cycling. Yeah, these are designed for when you're out and about. I love the fact that I can just walk up to the camera, and the camera will, in a second, adjust. These are just absolutely brilliant. They are waterproof, showerproof. Okay, there are various colorways available, and there are different styles. Well, different. You can start here, which is this one, and you go up, and the quality of the build is good. You've got controls mirrored either side, and you have a volume control up and down, and you also have accept phone call. You also have the ability to voice dial using a virtual assistant to actually voice dial without doing anything. Okay, so you can take and receive phone calls. You can listen to music, but this is the major thing. Your ear canals are free of anything. There's no earbuds in there, and what that means is this: that if you're talking to somebody next to you, you can actually hear them. Yeah. If you're out in traffic, walking, jogging, running or cycling, you can hear the traffic around you. You can hear the cars coming up behind you and coming towards you. You can hear everything that's going on. When you need to, you can sort of concentrate on the sound coming out of the earbuds. But you've got awareness of everything that's going on around you, and you can interact. I think that's the major thing. And the more I use this camera, the more I think it's very special. Okay, so hopefully it will adjust in a second. It's probably stopped adjusting now. It's probably saying to me, just a minute, I've broken it. No, I haven't. Don't mean that at all. It is a beautiful camera. I just need to reset it. And I'm going to come back to here. Just give me a second. Okay. And it lost me, but now it's found me. And we're back to me. Okay. But that's why I love the Obspot Tiny. It is, okay, it's got 2x zoom. It has 720, 1080. It's got preset positions. It's got AI tracking. It's on a gimbal. It pan tilts and zooms. $199 is a very good price for such a camera. And if you go and click the link on the Obspot Tiny, it'll take you off to the Obspot Tiny Amazon.com page. You can find out more information there. And you'll also learn that there is, I'm coming closer to the screen now. Oh, just a minute. I forget I'm wearing these, so I'm going to take these off now. There is a new camera from Obspot, and it's called the Obspot 4K. It has two features that the Tiny doesn't have, and you'll find details of it if you go click the link. It is 4K, and we spoke about 4K when we spoke about Brio, which is brilliant to record in. But the other thing it has, it's got 4x zoom. Yeah, the Tiny has 2x zoom. The 4K camera has 4x zoom. So I had a decision to make, because I only got this 3 weeks ago. I had a decision to make. Do I buy the Obspot Tiny or do I buy the 4K? And I decided that I would get used to it by buying the Obspot Tiny, and then later this year I'll get the Obspot 4K. So I'll have two cameras. You can never have too many cameras. So that's the Obspot Tiny, and it is $199. It's got 529, 4.5 star, and I agree with every one of those stars. It is a star in its own right, and I'm going to come back. So let's come back to the Brio, which is here, and you can contrast the Brio with the Obspot Tiny. Let's just go side by side again. So I go off there, and I go side by side. On the left is Logitech Brio. On the right is Obspot Tiny. Okay, now I'm going to do this so that I only have to concentrate. Just make sure I need. This is crazy. I need to make sure which camera I'm on. Okay, so cameras we've looked at so far in cameras. I want to say a big thank you, Tisha. Thank you. I don't have any music to play or bells and whistles to go off, but I do appreciate the fact that you followed me. And if you've any questions about live broadcasting, about anything that's in the carousel, then please do ask. Okay. Thank you, Tisha. Thank you for following. Tisha Hayes has started following. And that's helped make my day. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to go on to, because I can go anywhere. If you see something in the carousel and you'd like to know more about it, then please do ask. I'm willing to actually move up and down the carousel. I just want to check something. Right. Okay. What I'm going to do now, and thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. Thank you for watching me on Facebook and YouTube. is I'm going to go back to the two cameras. But as you know, on the second camera, I can do different positions. And we're going to go down to the second location, and I'm going to go picture in picture. Okay, so these are the earbuds I spoke about earlier. They're down the carousel. They're Aftershocks. They are my favorite earbuds, and I'm just going to find them. And you know when you're looking for something, you can't find it. The Aftershocks that I showed you, yeah, those Aftershocks. Okay, waterproof, great sound, stylish, available in a variety of colours. Are down in the carousel now. They're $79.95, and I wear them every single day. They're just brilliant. All right, I'm going to shrink myself. Okay, because I can. You're watching. Well, just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. You are watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England, and he's trying to sort something out. So thank you for watching. And I'm going to go there. Okay. So I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me live. And I was going to close that, but I can't. This is my iPad. It's down in the carousel. I'm a great iPad user now. I had to purchase an iPad to actually come live on Amazon Live. That's one of the prerequisites. You've either got to have an iPhone or an iPad. I chose the iPad, and I had it 6 months now. It's absolutely brilliant. When it's not helping me broadcast, it's my go-to tablet. Right, the next thing we're going to look at is in the carousel, and I'm going to find it in the carousel first, and then I'm going to talk about it. If I don't find it first, then you won't know what I'm talking about. When I've been broadcasting for 6 years now. Started off on Blab, which is before Facebook Live. So I've been broadcasting since before Facebook Live, which is 7 years ago. And I met hundreds of people from around the world. I have many friends in the States and around the world who I met through live broadcasting. We're a community, and we help and support each other. And I've got friends who are actually on Amazon Live. Nick Wood, Marco Novo, Corinda Marley, Brigitte Limbanda are all on Amazon Live. If you get the chance to check them out. The next thing I'm going to talk about, though, came about in March 2021, and I'd had gimbals before. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to show you again. Okay, so here we go. If I click that button, and I'm picture in picture now, I'm going to put the end of every show. I've got to clean the desk, so I'm going to put that over there. And I'm going to bring over here this. Okay, now this is a solid carrying case, and this is the carrying case for the HO-M iSteady gimbal. Okay, now a gimbal, and I'm just going to take it out. Okay, it's coming out into the light. Okay, this is a gimbal. If you want to do videos on your mobile phone, you can either hold the phone in your hand like that. Okay, in which case you're worried about dropping the phone. And the other thing you've got is you keep going up and down as you're walking. The gimbal is designed, first of all, you take on this desktop, you actually take your phone out of its case, mobile phone, doesn't matter whether it's Android or iOS, take it out of its case, put it into the clamp. Now, when it's in the clamp expands. Okay, so it will take the larger phones as well. No problem there. You put your phone without its case into the clamp with the camera at the top. Okay. Then you can see on the front there, possibly, a control panel, and you can see the buttons, and the bottom right hand corner is a red button. Now all you need to do with the unit on a surface, okay, I'm going to try and come over here so you can see it. So you've got the unit on the surface, you press the on button, and this then goes and it takes your phone and it turns it sideways. Okay, and that's it, that's calibrated. Okay, it's ready to go. You can then go to your software. Now, any software on your camera will allow you, well, any video software will allow you to record. But I totally enjoy taking my gimbal, my home iSteady gimbal, which is down in the carousel, and going out and filming. Okay. And filming places that we actually visit. Now, my partner Angelica and I are very fortunate to live, as I said, in Wiltshire, near to Stonehenge, near to Avebury, near to Salisbury. So we can visit all those places and many more. And we do a grand tour, and then I take the gimbal and my phone and I start shooting video. And I broadcast for about 20 minutes on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and my website. And then afterwards, the videos on YouTube. Now, my videos are semi-professional because I actually use the gimbal. Is this unit, this gimbal, there's difference between a home movie and a semi-professional to professional video, which you can put on YouTube and people will come and watch. Now, I've done videos about Stonehenge, I've done videos about Salisbury, I've done a host of videos, all shot with this camera. And what I'm going to do now, I mean, I can show you, I can show you this beautiful gimbal, but you're going to say, well, what does it do? What does it look like? I'm going to show you. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to play a video made with the home gimbal. Just let me set something up. Okay. Okay, that's where we're going to go. I just need to find the video. Just give me a second. I'm just looking for a video. When I find it, we will be able to play it. If I can't find it, we can't play it. I'll have to play something else. Okay. Right, this, if I take myself off full screen, I'm going to hide that. And I don't need the second camera, so I'm going to hide that. This, well, if you shouldn't, everybody knows where this is. This is Stonehenge. This is Stonehenge in December, and it was using the home gimbal. So Stonehenge using the home gimbal, and I'm going to switch my microphone off, and we're going to watch a couple of minutes of the video. So let's go. Not really. Walk around the henge and give you a tour. Well, let's go. Right, there aren't too many people here. Basically, it's to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy and prosperous New Year from Angelica and myself, and from everybody visiting Stonehenge today. Boxing Day 2021. Okay, I think we're in the clear now, hopefully. Right, so as usual, broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and my website. And that's just a beautiful sight, especially as it's a beautiful day. Right, what I'm going to do now is, hopefully I can do this, is I'm going to zoom forward in the video and give you a better view of Stonehenge using the gimbal. And I just need to go a little bit further till we get to there. I'm going to switch my microphone off as I right, okay, hopefully. Right, Okay, so this is the end of our journey. This is as close as you can get to the stones, as I say, apart from the 2 days a year. And you can see how this was constructed 4,500 years ago. They're still trying to work out how they got the lintel. I mean, it's a feat of engineering, because we're talking 4,500 years ago. The stones came from Wales and from Marlborough, had to be brought here, not by cart, they were actually rolled here. So quite a considerable feat. Now, beyond the stones, you can see a footpath, and that footpath, which people are walking at the moment, that goes down to Dorrington Walls, which is another Neolithic site, and is close to the river, and that's where the people who built Stonehenge actually camped. And back to me. Okay, so that's the beauty of using a gimbal. Okay, you can get steady images, yeah, whereas if you've got it in your hand, it's going to be shaky, because you go up and down, camera goes up and down, and it makes a home video, but it doesn't make a video that people are going to watch on YouTube. And all my videos that I show you whilst I'm broadcasting here today are actually available on YouTube. I can only show you a few minutes during an Amazon Live broadcast. The full video, if you want to check it out, if you just go to, not now of course, but if you go and check out Stephen Healey on YouTube, you'll find all my videos, and you can watch the full thing. Now, if I bring this back up, I just need to find it first, just a minute. I'm going to go full screen. I'm going to hide that. So I've got me again, and I'm just looking. I've lost something. Okay, I found it again. Okay, so that's the gimbal, and this is the best one I've found. It's very lightweight. It's very, well, it's easy to use. You can just point and shoot if you want, or you can zoom in, zoom out. You can pan left, pan right. All the controls are in one panel there, and it's a very sturdy, easy to use, lightweight gimbal. And I go out and I make videos with it. But the next item in the carousel is as important as the gimbal, and I'll be able to show you this later in the week when we revisit this. You'll notice that when I was speaking in the video, then you could hear me. You could hear my voice over and above. Yeah, you could hear my voice over and above the crowd. Okay. Now, it's very important that when you do shoot a video, if you want to repurpose it, or if you want to be heard, you need a lapel microphone. Now, a lapel microphone, I'm going to go here. A lapel microphone fits in your lapel. Okay, you just crocodile clip on there, and then you put the audio lead into the bottom of your phone. Noting which is the bottom, audio lead into your phone, and that cuts out, you don't have to do anything else. That will cut out the mobile phone's microphone. Now, mobile phone's microphone works, but when you're in a crowd, what you would get is the noise that's all around you. Yeah, and that's not good. That's distracting. Unless if you're at a rock concert or a football match, then you might have a case for having the crowd noise in. But if you want just you to be heard, and you want your voice to come over the background noises as they become, then you do need the lapel microphone. The best one I've found is the one that's in the carousel at the moment. And just to say that is the upgraded 2022 version, and it's $35.45. It is 41% off today. So the lapel microphone that's down in the carousel is 41% off today, which is a bargain. If you're thinking about doing live broadcasting, if you're thinking about recording your adventures, please do. 3 reasons. Okay, the 3 reasons why you should use your mobile phone to actually record. One, you're recording history. You're recording something as it was on the day you filmed it. And we do know that things change. Now, in terms of my town centre, I've done videos around the place I live, which is Devizes in Wiltshire, and that changes over time. And when people see my video about Devizes in 10 years' time, they're going to say, it's changed. It used to be like that. Yeah. Okay. So you're recording history. You're recording your place, the places you visit at the time you visited them. The second thing is, if you record a visit, it is infinitely better than taking photographs. Okay. And you can do it with your mobile camera. Yeah. You don't need anything. You use this to take photos. Use it to do video as well. Yeah. Because then on a cold winter night with the snow around about, you can watch what happened the previous summer and it brings back memories. Yeah. And they're personal memories. And the third thing is that if you use a lapel microphone, you use a gimbal and your mobile phone, then you can put the video on YouTube and people come and watch it. And people do come and watch my videos about Stonehenge, about Salisbury, about Avebury, Courts Garden, all the places I visited in 2021. Okay, 2022 season has not begun. I'm off to Germany next month, and there will be some videos from Germany as well in the collection next time you come. Well, when you come in April. But I was using this very mobile phone and this gimbal. Okay, when I went round the naval dockyards at Portsmouth. It's where the Royal Navy used to be based until they moved to Scotland in 1992. And there are ships there. There are famous ships there. There's the HMS Warrior, which was the first steel-clad ship. There's HMS Victory, which was at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1812, commanded by Lord Nelson. You can see the Victory. And I recorded the Warrior, I recorded the Victory, and I was about to go round the corner. Just a minute, I just need to make an adjustment. I was about to go round the corner to the Mary Rose. Now, the Mary Rose was a ship commissioned by Henry VIII, and it sank, and it was recovered, and it was brought to the Royal Naval Dockyards in Portsmouth, and it's being restored, and you can go and see it being restored. So I'm going around the Victory, and all of a sudden, the image on my camera, phone camera, disappeared, and the sound went, and then the phone went off. My phone battery had gone. Okay, this is not good because it meant I couldn't film the Mary Rose. I'd forgotten to charge my phone the night before. That's what I normally do. I normally charge my phone. But I forgot because we're on holiday and you do forget. So that's why I now take this with me in my rucksack every time I go out. This is a battery power pack, power bank, whatever you want to call it. You put the juice into here using a cable, USB-C to USB-A, and then you can plug in to your mobile phone, and your mobile phone will have power. Okay, just excuse me a second. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze then. It appears that I'm not. Okay, this is again basically this makes sure that you can actually carry on broadcasting because you can just plug it into your phone whilst you're out and about, and you can carry on broadcasting. And I carry this with me everywhere. But this is not just for your mobile phone. This also charges. Can you see that charger there? It also charges your Fitbit. Okay, and this cable will also charge anything else that takes a USB-C connection to charge it. So you've got something which you can use around the house, and when you go out, take it with you. And if your mobile phone runs out of power, you are equipped. And talking of that, let's go back to my trusty iPad. Okay, and a portable charger $24.95 today is 17% off. Now the prices down the carousel are valid whilst I'm live. Okay, they may change afterwards. Okay, now I can tell you about discounts, and I'm just going to do that. The items on discount today, going through, we've talked about the Obspot Tiny, that's not on discount. Logitech Brio camera, which I showed you earlier, that's on discount today. Also on discount is the Audio Technica microphone, but I'm just searching for something that I can talk about, and I've got it. Okay. Now, hopefully this will work. Okay. Earlier, we talked about XSplit VCam, the C920x, which is down in the carousel, and the fact that background removal is absolutely brilliant. Now, there are software houses who say that with our software, you do not need a green screen. That's true. If you want an okay picture, you do not need a green screen. If, however, you want a near perfect picture, you need a green screen. So no green screen, okay. Well, right. This is the Fovitech green screen down in the carousel. It's my go. I bought it, so I love it. It's scrunchable. In other words, you can scrunch it and you can put it into its carry case, and then you can carry it around with you. I'll come back to that in a minute. The other thing is it's reversible. This side is green, as you can see. The other side is blue, and it's up to you. As long as you're against a plain color, then background removal works. Okay, let's put that to the test. Okay, what I'm going to do, and this may or may not work, so bear with me a moment. I'm going off somewhere. I'm going to my hard drive. I'm going to artwork. I'm going to resized. I'm going to pick an image. Okay, now, warning, I may disappear. Okay, don't worry. You'll still be able to hear me, but you won't. Background removal software is doing its thing. Okay. Now I need to set up for this, but this is on impulse, and you can see the effect to a green screen. You can actually see my 10 fingers. Yeah. That's the acid test to a green screen. So green screen is a brilliant thing to have. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and remove that. Second. Whew. Right, so that basically just a quick look at how effective a green screen can be. Now that wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect because I hadn't set up for it. So just bear that in mind. But a green screen makes okay, nearly perfect. Okay, and it has a second use. It's great for live broadcasting. It's great for Zoom because the thing is, if you've got the same background every time, you get bored. People watching you get bored. With a green could get bored. With a green screen, you can actually have any background image that you want. Okay, now I'm going to try that again. So bear with me a second. I'm just going to remove something. I need to hide something. Okay. So I'm just going to, I'm going to bring this up on screen, and I'm going to show you what a green screen can do. So I'm going to hide that. I'm going to bring this up on screen, and if I rewind this, okay, and go back to the beginning, this is what a green screen can do. So I'm going to mute my microphone and press play. If I go, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself, and this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place. And you can do that just by clicking an image, you'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is you can use a YouTube video as your background. Make sure it's not copyrighted. Third thing you can do is you can use a web page as your background. The final thing you can do is you can use an unsplash.com image. Photographers from around the world send their photographs to unsplash.com. You can use them, and all you need to do is tweet a thank you. And that means that I can display pictures from around the globe whilst I'm live, and I'll be setting up for that tomorrow. We'll do a green screen special tomorrow. So if you don't know anything about green screens, then please do join me tomorrow. Now, I'm going to bring my second camera in. Okay, so hopefully this will work. And I'm going to take myself off solo. And I'm going to hide the video. I'm going to go side by side. I'm going to change things slightly. Just bear with me a minute. And go there. Apply. And I'm also going to go here. Oh, what are they? Oh, I've got some new overlays. I'll show you in a moment. Okay, and the thing I want to do for background is remove my background. None. And that's not quite what I expected to happen. Let's go with this one. Okay, you can have any background you want. Okay, to everybody who's unmuted to listen, I want to say a big thank you. You can see if I go here and go here, you can see the Logitech Brio and the Oberspot Tiny. This has been Lights, Camera, Action, live from England with me, with Stephen, and I'm broadcasting on BeLive. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up is quite simply that BeLive is a global company, and its engineering base is in Kyiv in the Ukraine. And the staff in Kyiv in the Ukraine, under conditions we can't imagine at the moment, with Russia being involved, are actually continuing to work and continuing to provide this service. So I want to say thank you to everyone at BeLive in Ukraine, and are thinking of you, and we're hoping that soon the global community, America, Europe, UK, Australia, New Zealand, everybody will come on board and there will be a resolution to this. But from me personally, thank you. And thank you for allowing us to keep broadcasting. You're in our thoughts and in our prayers as well. So let's come back to me. At this point, I'm going to take the overlay off. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, let's do that again. I just want, that's one overlay. This is, I haven't seen this before. Okay, now what are these overlays about? Can anybody guess what these overlays are? They are very good, very artistic. I've just spotted them. So this is probably a world first. You're seeing these for the first time. So back to me. There you are. Okay, overlays from Belive. Okay, so I want to say a big thank you to everybody who's watched me live today. I do so enjoy broadcasting Amazon Live. I'm very fortunate to do so. I've enjoyed showing you some of the products in the carousel. I'm live from 9 AM Eastern every weekday, talking about different products in the carousel. If you've any questions at any time, please do ask. I'm here to guide and answer your questions. That's why we do this. That's why we as independent broadcasters are here to actually help you find the right products on Amazon.com. This has been, and hopefully this will work, not the first time. Okay, and I just need a piece of text to go at the bottom and to say you are watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England, close to Stonehenge, close to Overbury. It's been my pleasure to talk with you today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye for now. Bye. Bye. That's a wrap. We're going.